everybody, from Dallas, Texas. Well, as most of you know, all good things must come to an end. I gotta get back to work, right? Not only did I get my 34-hour reset in, I think I ended up being off duty about 86 hours. Yay. It was like a mini vacation. Yay. That, and I kept checking the reload board, and there just wasn't anything happening. But then, not a lot happens on the reload board over the weekend. And this morning I was checking the reload board, and they did add one more page of loads, and there were some Texas loads, but that was all Texas to Texas loads, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not really feeling it. And I'm like, well, I'll just start working my way back to Indiana. Got the truck all situated, got all packed up, got the girls loaded up, and I pulled over at a construction site right there in downtown Dallas so that I could get the girls to potty and get an email from my traffic manager that a driver is broke down in Missouri. Can anybody help? And the load was going somewhere in California. I have no idea where. So I looked up where in Missouri. I think Lebanon. And it's like an 8-hour drive from Dallas. So I sent my traffic manager a message. And I said, I'm in Dallas. I can be there in 8 hours if that helps. And I took a screen. I sent her a screenshot of the Google Map route. And she sent me an email back. She'll call me when she gets off the phone. So she called me.
Hi, how can I help?
She called me, and she let me know about the area that the driver is in, but that she would give me the driver's phone number that I can communicate with him directly to find out where he's at. And then they dispatched me on it. So I did get the driver's phone number, and I called him, and I found out where he's at. And I'm on my way there now. There was something else I was going to tell you about that. He's safe. Apparently his truck is being grouchy, and he was able to take an exit, so he's on the off ramp, and so he's safe, and he'll just sit and wait till I get there. So I thought it'd kind of help him out to know where I was at, so I'm sharing my location with him via Google Maps, and we're just gonna boogie and we're gonna get there. So that's the update so far. As things happen, I'll let you know. It's a done deal, folks. All hooked up and ready to go. It is a 45-foot fifth wheel, shipping weight 13,174, GVWR 17,100. Picked up in Lebanon, Missouri, going to Beaumont, California. That's about all the information on the BOL. I'll walk you around the outside so you can see it. I haven't even seen the inside, so don't get mad at me. I am broke down. The irony of it, right? I go to help out a driver who's broke down, and then I break down. I'm still in Missouri, Interstate 44, westbound, exit 80. Some warning came up on my dash, and I read it, but I didn't get to really absorb it and remember it, but it has something to do with my exhaust, and it says C dealership. I don't know. She lost power, slowed down. I took the shoulder, and she just kind of coasted to a stop. The engine was dead. She won't restart. I don't know. I gotta take care of my girl. Something's wrong with my girl. So I've called a towing company. They claim they'll be here in 45 minutes, and they're gonna tow me to the dealership because I don't know what else to do. I'm on the side of the road. I can't call dispatch and let them know that I'm broke down because there is no dispatch. Or could I call breakdown? You know what? I'm on the side of the road. I need to get off the road, so I'm okay. I'll deal with it once I'm safe at the dealership. I have no idea what this is going to cost me. I didn't ask them. I'm like, just come get me. Just come get me. I need a truck big enough that can tow my pickup and a fifth wheel camper. Just come get me. So they're going to be here, hopefully. It's a terrible place to be broke down, is on the side of the road. Some people flying by you at ridiculous speeds and they don't scoot over. They're here. I got one in front of me and one coming up behind me. Yay. Well, actually, I'm not sure what that is behind coming up. Looks like another truck. Okay. Let's deal with this. All right, they're moving another truck into place to try to push my truck backward to release the pressure off of that fifth wheel. This is one crazy place to be. Oh dear. Look at this. Yeah, people don't even move over. We were able to release the pressure and get the pin pulled on my fifth wheel. And so one guy's gonna hold the handle while the other guy pulls the truck forward, because sometimes those jaws, that latch is sensitive and it'll relatch. They're strapping down, chaining down Big Girl. I've got the fur babies have to ride in the truck, and the other driver is hooking to the unit. And so for now, that's the update. Come on, guys. We haven't had this much excitement in a while, right? All right, everybody, we're at the dealership. They think they found a really nice place to park it. Hopefully out of the way, because they can't just like drop it any old where. So we shall see. He says he's got backing skills. We shall see. Yeah, I think he's gonna make it. The plan is to park right along this fence all the way in the corner to be out of the way, because apparently the dealership doesn't want tow trucks just dropping stuff off in the way. Get under it, get under it. Nice. Yep. Yep, he's got backing skills. Pull forward real easy. Yeah, we're good. Voila. Hold on, Chloe. Let him in. Oh, here she comes. There ain't no turning her back. Perfect. Look at that. Yes. As you can see, I've got my truck back. It's a long story. But I'm going to have a margarita first. Or a Coco Loco.
She's starting to look at crappy. Probably would.
Morning, everybody from Springfield, Missouri. Nothing like a good night's rest to make you feel really good about forgetting what happened yesterday. How about yesterday? Let's talk about yesterday. Like, yesterday was a mess. When I was dealing with my liaison, the dealership liaison with the service person working on my truck, he had approached me at one point and he said, okay, we found out what's wrong. Or he said, I don't think he said we found out what's wrong with your truck, but he said the sending unit on your truck is bad. And I said, Is that the thing that fits down inside the tank? The reason I was asking is because we'd already replaced it. He says, I'd have to talk with the technician and find out. I said, could you, would you? Because, we bought one, and if it went bad and it's under warranty, I want my money back. He says, I'll talk with the technician. But he's at lunch right now. I said, okay. So in the meantime, I'm messaging my mechanic, and I said, yeah, they said it's a sending unit. Is it the one in the tank? That's what I'm asking him. He says, yeah. Same thing I was thinking. Warranty. Get our money back. And the guy had said, the sending unit is a special order part. And it would take 14 days to get that part in. And it's $1,400. And I'm like, well, I need it. And I'm thinking, what am I going to do for 14 days? What am I going to do for 14 days? So in the meantime, I'm texting, communicating with my mechanic and everything. And then my liaison comes back and he goes, well, here's what else we can do. If you don't mind an aftermarket part, we can have it here by the end of the day. Let's do that. I didn't even ask how much it was. I'm like, yes, let's do that. Because I'm like, overnight versus, 14 days. I said, okay. So in the meantime, I'm just waiting around. DoorDash brought me food. And at one point I needed to walk the girls and take them outside. And I happened to be walking past the desk of my liaison, and I hear him talking with a mechanic. And the mechanic was asking my liaison something about a sending unit. So I knew they were talking about my truck. And then the liaison says, well, there's the lady right there that needs this truck fixed. So the guy turns around to me and he goes, you the hotshot driver? I'm just going with it. It's easier than saying, yeah, I transport RVs. And I'm like, yeah, I'm the hotshot driver. He goes, cool. And so he said, so here's what's up with your truck. I said, all right. Are you ready for this, guys? He says, it was out of fuel. And I said, nuh-uh. He goes, yeah, it was out of fuel. I said, no, my fuel gauge said I had, I don't know, somewhere above a half a tank. He goes, nope, it was dry. He says, I put 5 gallons of diesel in it, and it just started right up. And I went, okay. Because you guys know I've been having trouble with my fuel gauge anyway. He says, you could fill it up and drive away right now and it would be fine. I said, are you serious? He says, yeah. I said, so I don't need that sending unit? He says, no, not really. Well, what's wrong with my fuel gauge? Can you fix what's wrong with my fuel gauge then? He goes, well, we'd want to start by replacing that sending unit. I'm like, well, we've already done that. So I talked some more with my mechanic, and I still have the original sending unit at the shop in Elizabethtown. Got the replacement on the truck, and my fuel gauge, when it's wet, doesn't work. So I asked the liaison to ask the mechanic, look, we're pretty sure it's not the sending unit because we've already replaced it. Will you guys be able to try to find out what's wrong with my fuel gauge? So he goes back and he talks to the service person, comes back. No, they want to replace the sending unit. In order to try to fix your fuel gauge, they're going to want to start with the sending unit. I said, give me my bill, and out the door we go, because we'd already discussed it before. And I told him, I said, yeah, I think I'm just going to settle up with you and go unless you can figure out what's wrong with my fuel gauge. Well, they want to start with replacing the sending unit. And I'm like, no, we've already done that. We're 99% sure it's not the sending unit. So they totaled up my bill. I paid them, and out the door I went. I kid you not. And I had already communicated with my traffic manager on that unit that I had picked up for that driver who had broke down. And at the time that I said, hey, I'm not going to be able to take this load, that's back when I thought I was going to have to be waiting for 14 days. And then when it turned out I could leave that day, the other driver that had been broke down, whose truck is now fixed, came back and got his own load again. And I'm like, the irony of the whole thing. So I am currently rested, and I feel better now. I'm really mad. I'm really mad about what happened, because I'm like, seriously, I ran out of fuel. That was it. And so my mechanic has ordered a different fuel gauge. They're going to try, once I get back into Kentucky with my truck on Thursday, they're going to run another wire, just a separate wire altogether, and see if that they can get the original, the fuel gauge in the truck working. They've also ordered an additional fuel gauge to install, because it's important to have a fuel gauge when you're driving. And of course the liaison, he goes, yeah. He says, it's kind of important it can kind of be bad if you run out of fuel in a diesel. I said, you think? I said, I got 2 tow bills plus this. And he laughed, but I knew what he meant. It's not good to run a diesel out of fuel. I knew what he meant. And I'd been telling all of my peeps when I was communicating with them, I said, because I thought I was broke down, I said, this is the first time I broke down since I've had the truck when I bought it back in 19. And I'm like, so I'm impressed. Turns out I wasn't broke down after all. So officially, I haven't broken down yet in that truck. She's a great truck. I just got to treat her a little bit better, apparently. On my way to Indiana, after I emailed my traffic manager and said, I'm ready to go, she called me and she says, did they fix your truck? And I went, no, but it's ready to go. I didn't want to get into details with her. I was too frustrated with everything that was going on. I sent her an email last night, and I told her, I sent her an email last night and I told her what was going on with my truck. But at the time when she called me, I didn't want to talk about it. I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, I was out of fuel. I was more mad than embarrassed, really. So anywho, where are we at? I'm on my way back to Indiana, Topeka, I think, to pick up a load going to Murfreesboro, Tennessee, because I need time to, I don't want an appointment, because Decatur, Alabama is a great southern load when I have to run through Elizabethtown, Kentucky. But I'm like, I don't want to have to mess with making an appointment, because just in case they go tearing my truck apart and we run into delays, I want to be able to just deliver when I can deliver. So that's what I'll be doing. So I'm going to be heading back to Indiana. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And just remember, guys, seriously, it's all about the perspective.